All right, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Sunday afternoon. I just got back from Con of the North and I wanted to do a video aftermath because I feel great. I don't think I got sick. My voice is a little harsh only because talking for 3 days straight. Um, had a blast. Ran into people that knew me. That was really cool. Big shout out to Scott and to Dave and to Brent. Brent, actually, I've got an awesome invite to his Tuesday night Castles and Crusades game because he follows my YouTube channel for the Castles and Crusades content. And I got to play with Brett in a chivalry and sorcery game ran by Dan. I don't remember his last name. He's not part of the Meanie Horde, but he is friends with Mr. Steven Turner. And Steven said wonderful things about me, and Dan was so gracious. We wind up talking so long that I missed my Savage Worlds game, and we decided to have brunch there at the convention, and we sat down and we talked for like 3 hours straight. It was awesome with Brett. Brett and Daniel actually game together. They live in the Twin Cities area. So what an awesome time. Convention was a lot more organized. My only myth, and I'll get it out of the way now, is I had a 12 o'clock game today, Sunday. It is currently, what time is it? It is 3:20 right now. As of recording this, I'll post it shortly after. So around 4 o'clock. I don't know how long I'm going to ramble, but the 12 o'clock game, it was a Savage Worlds game. It sounded really cool. The GM never showed up. Now, that being said, Friday was a really bad snowstorm for Minneapolis. And the funny part is, it's a normal day in Duluth. Traffic doesn't slow down that much for snowstorms, but in the cities, evidently, it brought everything to a complete standstill. I got on the 494 off of 35, and traffic was 10 miles an hour. It was horrible. I actually used my GPS on my tablet in the car, and so I had it reroute me with no freeways, and I got there faster. I mean, it was bad. But anyway, that's my only caveat. That was the only bad side. Sorry, I do still have a cough from being sick back in December and January. Believe it or not, it still hasn't gone away. It's lingering. Couple of shout outs first. Shout out to Stephen Turner for uh, supporting Daniel to run the game. It was amazing. Had so much fun. It was a high level game. We were 8th level chivalry and sorcery characters. I played. I should have been more prepared here, guys, but that's what you expect from this channel, the high production quality. I played Eudora. Unfortunately, Dan, I love you, sir, like an older brother from a mother that I didn't know I wanted. But your handwriting is as bad as mine, and that's saying something. So, Eudora of the Mariana, she's a hex master. She's 14 years old. Social status 14, which I don't believe is that great. Uh, I don't know chivalry and sorcery as well as I should. I know some of the rules just because I'm an innate GM and I've been doing it for 30 plus years. Almost 40 years. Probably has been about 40 years. Anyway, long story short, he hand wrote a character sheet. I don't know if you can see that. It looks horrible because he's a professor or he's a PhD, and he writes like you think a PhD would write, like a doctor. Although he's not a doctor of medicine, he's a doctor of physics, I believe. A super awesome guy. Eudocia of Marcarina. We never really used player character names. It was a convention one shot, and we were gonzo. I will say, I'll give credit to the 3 young people. They were in their early, I think just turned 30, late 20s, early 30s. They were a husband and wife and a friend. Their game canceled because the GM didn't show up. Again, traffic was the weather shut a lot of people down that were driving, across states and stuff like that. So there was a lot of games that got canceled evidently. Mine was on today, but that be that as it may, their game canceled, and so they were looking for a game, and they saw chivalry and sorcery in the program. So they were like, and they saw that it had openings. So they went over and they sat down and they asked if they could play. And Daniel was a very gracious GM, and he said yes. And they dived right in. They had so much fun, and they were really fun to play with. In fact, the friend of the married couple, uh, Daniel gave him a 50% off 50% off coupon for the PDF, and he said, no, I want to go buy the book. So I was just at the source on Friday, and I saw that they had a couple copies there. So I told him, and he knew of the source because they're from that area locally. So their favorite game store was Tower, which is a big game store in the cities as well. So Tower, I'm sure, can get it for him. So either way, it sounds like he was going to go buy the book because he really had a good time, and he was not a combat character, and he failed miserably in combat. He was a mason. And so it was a lot of fun. It was a dungeon crawl. So anyone who says that Castles and Crusades is a historical game and you can't dungeon crawl and it doesn't do high magic and there's no monsters and it's just, uh, 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 simulationist, European medieval, blow it out your ass. We dungeon crawled. We fought giant centipedes. We battled with opposing gods. That was really weird. It was a lot of fun. And not that we battled. Our cleric had a lot of prayers. He spent about half a day in prayer, and we guarded him, trying to save the soul of a hermit and it was pretty cool adventure. A lot of fun. We had a great time. The point is, we played a high fantasy game and a game that is typically a low fantasy setting, and it was a lot of fun. We had an elf in the party, who was a ranger, more of a marksman, really a bowman. I was a 14-year-old, 6'1" female hex master, which is basically just a badass mage. This character sheet, and kudos to Dan because he went really all out. I mean, you can see I had I had 6.5 pages of spells. Now, is this an over the top character? Is this the extreme? Did he break some of the character creation rules? I would say probably. Did we have fun? Yes, everybody at the table had a blast. Everyone was talking about it. We 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 had I mean, this is what you go to conventions for, to play games you normally don't get to play or you wouldn't normally be exposed to, and have a good time. Evidently Daniel said very nice things about me to Stephen, because Stephen messaged me this morning on my Discord page and said nice things. So I thank you, Daniel, for running a most awesome game. I'm hoping you'll come back next year and we'll continue, because I'm going to keep this character sheet and I want all the magics. It was a lot of fun. So Castle Chivalry and Sorcery, A+ in my book. A lot of fun. Go buy the damn game if you don't have it. You're going to enjoy it. Is it dense? Is it thick? Does it read like a tech manual? Yes. But if you can get through that, you will find a very in-depth, very fun game, especially if you have a good GM that has good. If you like games that are attention to detail and in-depth character creation, this is one of the best ones out there. Chivalry and Sorcery, 5th edition, Britannia Games. Go buy it. It gets the Mr. Mean seal of approval wholeheartedly. I had a blast and would definitely can't wait till next Con of the North in 2026 to go play again with Daniel, Brett, and all the other people, because it was a lot of fun. So anyway, big shout out to everybody involved in that. Mr. Turner, thank you so much for keeping a great game alive. You didn't make the game, but you have the license now and you support it and you make awesome stuff. So I want to kind of go over, now that I've gushed so much about Chivalry and Sorcery, I want to go over the goodies that I bought at the con. At the con and at the source. I got a new lanyard for my keys. I hate having stuff in my pocket, so a lot of times I wear my keys. I don't have a lot of keys. I have my office key and my house keys. That's all I have. I don't keep keys from locks that I don't know where they are. That's silly to me. I get rid of shit. I carry the least amount of stuff that I can carry. But I do have my neurodivergent awareness pen that I got. I made a small donation to them. They were at the convention, Con of the North, and I got this very cool pen that I'm not going to keep it on here because it will pop off and I will lose it. You can't see it, but in the upper corner over here on my gaming library, I have a row of just all the pens that I've got from conventions, and I just started doing that. So I'm going to take this off right now so that I don't forget, and I'm going to put it on there because this is a super cool pen, and I'm glad that I was able to help out in some small way. And neurodivergent, for those that don't know, is autism and ADHD and all the things on the spectrum that affect mental disorders and learning disabilities and things like that. So I needed a new lanyard, and there was a company there that was selling them, and so I bought one. And I don't remember what it cost. I'm not sure which vendor it was, but it was super cool. I really like it. It's neon green. It's the channel colors. You know, it kind of matches. It's on brand, and it's got D20s on it. And you know, funnily enough, for those of the channel, a D6. So just to keep me mean. So yeah, there's my keys with a nice lanyard that I thought was super cool. So I wanted to make sure I shouted out that. I stopped off at the Source and I bought some cool things. $300 worth of cool things. But it was my weekend to go have fun. I won't get to go to another convention until October of this year, of the end of the year, when I will go to uh, it's not DunderCon. I almost said DunderCon. It is God, I can't think of the name of the con in October here. I just went to it and I don't even know. It's not not Owlbear Con. OwlCon is in Texas. That is an awesome con if you ever get a chance to go to that. Not DunderCon. I want to say DunderCon. What is it? It's not anyway. There's a con. I can't. If you know, put it down in the doobly doo. So, Paizo Publishing. I those that know. I run a bi-weekly Pathfinder, second edition RPG, and so I have the Divine and the Arcane spell cards for Pathfinder second edition, but not remastered. Well, they finally released all the remasters, and so I really only have need for the Divine and the Arcane for my GMing purposes. I asked my cleric in the group if he wanted a deck. He didn't. I will, of course, let him use mine, but I'm going to take them first. So if the cards aren't there, that well. And then we have a occult caster as a bard. He took the occult route, so he'll have to buy his own cards because I have no need or desire to buy the occult cards as it stands out. I probably will wind up getting them. I didn't even open these. I have a game this Saturday. I have a bunch of miniatures I need to paint, but I was happy to pick these up. I will say, Paizo, I understand inflation and everything, but give us a break, man. Gamers are worth $33 for this box and $28 for this box. That's just for freaking cards. Come on, guys. It's overpriced. It's not even cool art on the cards. There's a generic cover, and then yeah, there's the arcane cover, and then there's the text on the card. It's not like you're printing something super complex. If the card quality is good, I can understand it a little bit for the inflated price, but this is severely over. This should be half the price. In all fairness, I understand they want to get paid. Quit printing in China, print in America or Canada, and suck it up. I'll get off my soapbox. I'm annoyed at prices. I think their game stuff is getting overpriced, and it's something's gonna give. So, speaking of remastered and things, one of my players has shown an interest in playing a gunslinger of some kind, possibly as one of his characters. TJ, I'm looking at you. I don't know if they watch my videos or not. My gaming group is so weird. I think they've subscribed to the channel, but I don't know. I don't even really harp on it. But they did a remastered comic cover. I don't know what you call these, black and white sketch covers. I'm on the GM program, and they shipped out, I got notification that they were shipping out the NPC book, and it's 80 something. It's almost 100. After shipping, it would be close to $100 for a book. Now, granted, I think it's 260 plus pages or something. I mean, I don't even know how many's in this. This is 235 pages roughly, 2 pages of ads. So 230 pages, and I think the NPC book is about 100 pages more, which that's a lot of bang. But is it enough bang for the buck for me as a GM? No, I have no problem coming up with NPCs. I don't need a book of NPCs to tell me. On top of that, I have the first edition Pathfinder NPC Codex, so I can use that if push comes to shove. Stats for NPCs really don't matter. Now, the book does come with a lot of stuff. It comes with stats and specs and everything for guards and equipment and everything like that, and new feats, I think, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it does have some rules in it that I might be able to use possibly, but not enough to warrant, $90 for a book. So the cool part is, and I'm trying to get all the books in the sketch cover. Well, Paizo, and this I think is dumb, does not offer an option in the subscription service to get the sketch covers of their books. So, like, because I'm a GM and I'm on the GM auto ship, program subscription, I get like the bestiaries and I get any of the GM related books just automatically. They charge my credit card and they ship it to me. And they were going to do that with the NPC book because that is a GM book. And I was like, no, I don't need $100 NPC book. I don't find the value in that. So I told them no. And it was nice. I will say it was easy enough to, and they did have a sketch cover, and that's what initially prompted this. Let me backtrack. I reached out to Paizo and said, "Hey, I'm on the GM subscription. Can I swap out my regular cover for the sketch cover? Is there a way to do that? Because I have all the sketch covers that are currently out right now. I would like to continue that, but not have to go rebuy the book a second time, and then hopefully hope that I can sell it or, whatever." And they're like, "No, we don't." I mean, it was very succinct. And I mean, I get it. Paizo's a pretty decent sized company, but I just think you're doing your customers a disservice. This is something that everybody wants. Obviously, you want the money to go to you first. Why not make it an option that's guaranteed money from GMs or players, because the players can do a subscription as well, and you can get the sketch covers. It should be an option. It should just be a tick mark, and boom, you ship me the sketch. So I did not get this one. I already own this as Pathfinder second edition, but they came out with and now they're doing remastered in the corner, the second edition remastered, so this is the most current version. So I saw the sketch cover at the source, and so long story short, I got it. It's not going to be auto shipped to me because I don't believe this is considered a core book. So I'm okay with that because I don't want a second copy of it. I want sketch covers, and I can't get them from Paizo. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to cancel, and this is Paizo's fault, not mine. I'm going to cancel my GM subscription because if I can't automatically guarantee that I'm going to get the sketch cover, then if I'm just going to go to the source and buy it, or buy it at my local game store, or buy it off of Amazon, it is nice to get the PDF copy, and that's what Paizo's banking on. They're banking on that you're gonna want the PDF copy along with your physical copy. The only way to do that is to be subscribed to Paizo and or buy it from Paizo to get the PDF. And I think you have to have a subscription. I don't think if you just go buy one of their books online, you automatically get the PDF. I think you have to buy it separately. In order to get the free PDF, you have to be subscribed. Correct me if I'm wrong in the doobly-doo, but I believe that's the way it goes. And so, yeah, that's going to suck. And I'm not going to pay an extra $20-$30 for the PDF when I buy the physical. I'll just use the physical book until I find a PDF, and I'll use it that way. But I do buy the books. I love them. I'm very happy to have this sketch cover in my collection. So I have the second edition non-remastered Guns and Gears, and I'll probably give that to TJ because I think he'll get a kick out of it and he'll be able to use it. And it'll go to good use because TJ, he's one of those guys. He's an encyclopedia. He's my rules lawyer of the group, in a good way though. He's not a bad rules lawyer. So I love my players. I have this is one of the best gaming groups I've ever had. Don't tell them because then they'll get, Mr. Mean, So, but they're a really good gaming group. But anyway, full review of this coming pretty soon. But I wanted to share that I did pick it up, and I love the cover. It looks awesome. They did have the regular cover there at the source, and I saw that, and then I said, "Ooh, let me look for sketch covers," because I was backfilling my sketch covers, and now I have them all currently. And then of course I saw the sketch covers, so I put the regular book back because I'm not going to buy two. But yeah, this was $70 for 235 pages, which is a little steep. I think I understand. I believe writers need to make money, but I think there's another way for Paizo. They don't have to, I don't know what the solution is, because obviously I have a lot of writer friends here on the channel, publishers and designers and stuff. I want you guys to get paid, but I also am trying to save a buck. So where do we find a happy medium? I don't know. I think $70 for a role-playing book is too much, though. It's really curbed how much I spend now. I spent $300 just in game stuff this weekend. Not even including what I bought at the con, which we'll go into. This was all bought at everything I've showed you so far. I bought at the source. So anyway, review coming of that soon. The next thing I got, I saw it I think a month ago when I was there, and I just glanced over it. I didn't realize, and this will be constructive criticism to Studio 2, and this is from Mongoose Publishing. This was $50, which I think is fair. Because this is, how many pages? It's beautifully produced, by the way. This is 189 pages for $50. It's full color, glossy paper. It's stitched, sewn, and if you can see the orange in there, that's the stitching. I forgot what they call that part of the book. If you guys know, put it down in the doobly-doo. The art is amazing. The layout is really good. This is a techno sci-fi fantasy cyberpunk meets Vikings. Shield maidens. You play all females. I don't have a problem with that. I can play female. I played a female Saturday. I played a 14-year-old female, which was funny. You play Viking shield maidens in this techno fantasy sci-fi Midgard, or not even Midgard. You're just Yggdrasil, or however you say it. Anyway, the world tree, the whole Viking lore with shield maidens, and it's all women. Daughters of Freya, raise your shields. Ragnarok rises. The cosmic tree, Yggdrasil, burns. The forces of the Fenrir Empire bleed life from the 9 realms to fuel their growth. The mightiest men cannot stand against them, yet the shield maidens stand strong. Empowered by a ferocious spirit to stand against oppression and renew the cycle of ages, shield maidens fuse magic and technology to channel the might of the gods, wielding powerful guardian shields, neon emblems of undying honor. Shield maidens dedicate their warrior souls to destroying the imperial boot that crushes humanity by the neck. A game of cosmic action in a high-tech Viking age. Shield Maidens is a game of women standing shoulder to shoulder with their sisters against the forces allied against all humanity. Create a diverse, inclusive cast of characters and dive into an action-packed role-playing game with quick, easy-to-learn rules that emphasize collaboration and teamwork. Be wary, the enemies of Midgard are many, and the gods will not help you. Only the mightiest women will be able to live on forever in the tales and songs of the Shield Maidens. This is by Mongoose Press, published and produced by Studio 2 Publishing. So if you know Savage Worlds, you know Studio 2. Mongoose is probably famous for Traveler, and their remake of that, and a couple other. I think they did Conan too, if I remember correctly, the old D20 Conan. But anyway, it looks amazing. Review coming soon. Pick this up at the source, $49.99. Mongoose Publishing, Studio 2 Publishing. It looks really cool. 2D6 system. So not wild that it's a D6 system, because you know me, but it looks cool, and I just think, wow, a game celebrating women. It's all women. Can you play a transgender? Yes, there's a section in here they talk. It caught my eye, because I was like, I know a lot of guys that aren't going to want to play a woman. You can play a transgender. It's totally cool. So, for your LGBTQ or however you say it, I'm not up on that stuff. This is a game that I think kind of embraces that, or at least acknowledges it and accepts it. And that's what's great about gaming. It doesn't matter who or what you are in real life. You could be a shield maiden in your fantasy Viking realm, and I think that is super cool. And I think a troop of all women, even if it's a bunch of 5'10", 200 and I'm 240 now, 240-pound hairy ass men sitting around playing a bunch of women, I think is cool. And I think it just shows diversity, and kudos for them putting out this game. What little bit I read of it so far, I'm kind of enjoying. I like it's almost like a techno noir fantasy set. It's really bizarre, guys, but the art in here is beautiful. Is it AI generated? I don't know. Give me some time to look at it. I will do a review shortly. So I picked that up and I was very excited to get that. So and then the last thing I bought, I saw this last time I was there, like I said, about a month ago, and I glossed right over. Didn't know what it was. It didn't catch my eye. I'm not a pastel colors kind of guy. I'm a neon green, black, gold, red. You can see my awesome T-shirt here, and a shout out to Mrs. Stephen O for making. I always forget her name because I don't talk to her enough. She makes all my merch for the channel, so I appreciate it, and I got lots of compliments on my T-shirts over the weekend. So I glossed over this. It's called Salvage Union by. It's the workshop manual. It is written by Aled Lawler and Panayiotis Lines. I may have said that wrong, but it's by Leyline Press. I've heard of Leyline Press. I think they do that mech game, another mech game. I can't remember, but you can go to www.leylinepress, I assume.com. It doesn't say. They're on Twitter at Salvage Union, twitter.com/Salvage Union. It's a cool game. It's a D20 based game. It's in a dystopian future where the corporations kind of own the good living, so to speak, and most people, 98% of the population, are wage slaves just trying to survive. But every day they get deeper in debt because they have to buy everything from the corporation, and it's all exorbitant price. So they give them credit, keep them as indentured slaves. Basically, is the way it works. So there's a group that they're the Salvage Union, and they don't want to live under that thumb of the oppressive corporate overlord, the corpos as they're called in the book. And so they've gone outside the system. They live in the wasteland. They have these giant mechs that they live on, and they walk around, and then they scavenge to make all these different kinds of mechs, and then they have to survive mutants, other rival gangs, wasteland raiders and things like that. So review coming soon. This, I don't remember what I paid for it. I want to say it was $59.99. This is a trend I see coming from a lot of indie publishers, and I really, really like it. I think page volume and space and layout are very important. And what this game does, like I've seen a lot of games do lately, is they use the inside, they use the cover, of the book, use the cover of the book to give you important GM and or player information on both covers. So very well, no wasted space. The art in here is pretty good. It's a little sparse. It's a lot of black and white. I don't think there's a couple color pages. So you can see some big mechs and stuff. So if you saw Mortal Engine, it's kind of more of a more techy version of, because Mortal Engines was kind of like a fantasy tech, but there's some cool art. The Ranger, and the layout of the book really grabbed me. It was shrink wrapped, but after I took a second to read the back blurb, I decided it was something I wanted in my collection, so I picked it up. It's something I would like to maybe give a try to run. So yeah, I was pretty cool with it, and full review coming soon. So and then at the con, I got to play, so hang out with Brett, my newbound friend, who is a meanie. He's just not on Discord yet. So I was trying to con him into getting on Discord, but it doesn't sound like he's a big fan of Discord, and that's fine. Not everybody is. I played Dungeon! An OSR game, open source OSR system, and I gotta say, I had fun. We made characters at the table. Literally took 10 minutes. He's got it laid out really well. This was a free copy he provided. I'll have a more in-depth review here soon. But I was really impressed with it. It's very well done. He was a young kid. His name was Bob, which I thought was funny. Bob, and he introduced himself. He was obviously very proud of what he had done. I attribute that to youth and exuberance. But it was cool. It wasn't a bad thing. He didn't come across as condescending or I'm in a game, and I'm going to allow you to play it. No, he was really cool. He's really excited for everybody to play it. And I had a lot of fun. I sat down with Brett and some other people. I think there was about 6 of us. And yeah, we had a blast. We were killing zombies for the church. It was a lot of fun. And so he gave everybody, I didn't just get a copy. He gave everybody who sat down to play a hard copy. It's free to download right now off of DriveThruRPG. If you do a Google search, if you do a DriveThruRPG search for dungeon with an exclamation, you got to have the exclamation point in there, or black box with 2 X's, Black Box Games. It's free. You can download the beta of it right now, which is this copy. Yeah, I think there's some changes coming, but for the most part, it's looking pretty good. It was fast. It was really fun. It was a D20 game. Skills are done on a D6. There's a handful of skills, and you interpret them how you will. It's up to you to make your argument to the GM how they work, and you roll a D6 and you take the pips. I don't want to get too much into it because it was very unique, and I had a lot of fun with it. I played a fighter. I played a dwarven fighter. Thick as a brick. I hit like a freight train when I hit, but don't ask me to do anything else because I was dumb. So it was a lot of fun. Very easy to make a character, and I'm going to do full review coming soon. Bob, if you're watching the channel, thank you so much for the copy. And if you go to Kickstarter or however you decide to fund it, let me know. I would love to do an interview with you and help you support the game in any way that Mr. Mean can. So guys, that's pretty much everything. Oh, I did get one more thing. It came in the UPS. My buddy Mickey Barfield from Polyhedral Knights has a cool game that has quickly become... I kickstarted Urban Arcana. Or Arcana Unearthed, or what is it? I think it's Urban Arcana. Urban Arcana 2nd edition. And they delayed that game by a year because the last Avatar game went gangbusters, and they made a shit ton of money. They have a very small staff, and so they made the conscious decision to put our game on hold that we had already paid for and Kickstarter had already completed, and it should have been worked on, and they put it on hold to focus on the last Avatar. So that being said, I'll never give them another damn penny. I feel betrayed that I had to wait so long for a game that I had already paid for, and for them to stop production on it to produce Avatar because they made promises that they knew they couldn't keep. I think it's very shitty. It's horrible to your customer base, and I don't want to support a company like that. You guys know I pretty much am an anti-WotC Hasbro. I won't buy anything from them. Is there cool shit out there that I like from Hasbro? Yes, there is. From WotC, yeah, there are things that I can use. I won't support them. I'm a pit bull. I understand that. And these guys, I think they did us wrong. And, you vote with your dollar. And now I want to know what the name of the game is. Urban Shadows. Yeah, sorry about that. Urban Shadows by Magpie Games. It's a beautiful book. I'm never going to play it. This thing is going to sit on my shelf and collect dust because I don't want to support this company in any way, shape, or form. I think they did a shitty thing to us. They got corporate greedy, and I'm just not going to support them. Is it a beautiful book? Am I very happy with my $100 and something that I backed? Yeah, I got the dice. I got a whole bunch of extra little player books to hand out, which I thought was really cool. That was part of the Kickstarter. I got the dice. I got a bunch of pens that are, again, up there. You can't see. The book is beautiful. It's powered by the apocalypse. I really wanted the first edition when it came out, but it came out at a time where I was very financially unstable and I couldn't afford it. And PDFs weren't a super big thing at that time, so at least not to me. They may have been out, but I didn't know about it or didn't realize it. So when I saw the Kickstarter for this, I jumped on it. I went all in, and I want to say it was $100 and something dollars. So and you didn't get a whole lot. You got this, you got the GM screen, you got the dice, a little neoprene dice tray that snaps together. It's all the rage right now. Everybody's doing it. And you got like 6 or 7 of the little playbooks that are just basically they're just notepads that are themed. They're all the same. So, nobody gets anything better than anybody else. It's all the same art on the cover. Is it a cool cover? Is the book beautiful? Yes, it's everything I wanted. And I would be running this right now because this is my jam. I love Vampire the Masquerade. I love Werewolf the Apocalypse. I love Mage the Ascension. I love Hunter the Reckoning. I like all those games. I like that theme of, the darkness by night. And this was going to fill that gap because I personally like Powered by the Apocalypse. And so I was super excited when I saw the Kickstarter for this. And like I said, I went deep. I went to the biggest pledge that you can get, within reason for a single person. I could have bought extra books and stuff. I didn't, because I knew I was getting all the PDFs, and I give my players the PDF. That's just the nature of the game, and because they're not going to post them or anything like that. And so, if we're playing a game, I don't think it's fair they have to go out and buy a $70 game that they may not even like, just because their GM wants to play it. So I want to support my players. So I went deep, like I said, I got it. And then of course they started a this is a pet peeve of mine. I believe Kickstarter should not allow you to start a Kickstarter while you're in fulfillment for another Kickstarter if you're the same company, especially if you're a small press company. So anyway, I feel that Magpie totally dropped the ball on this. I think whoever their corporate leadership is or their owners, you should feel ashamed of what you did to us. And I won't support you anymore. That's all there is to it, and that may not mean much coming from my small little channel, but I don't care. I stand on my morals and my beliefs, and while this is a cool game, it'll never see the light of day for me. Just that's the way it is. So when I found Wicked Pax, which funny enough, is literally here on my game table. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, Mickey gave me a copy for free. I picked Mickey up at the Minnesota International Airport, and we drove 4 hours to Madison, Wisconsin to go to Con on. I had the name. It's something Con. It ends. I just literally cannot think of the name of the con that's in Madison. Anyway, I picked him up. He came from Florida. He flew to the Twin Cities. I picked him up at the airport, and then we drove the roughly 4 hours to Madison to go to that con in Madison, Wisconsin. Something Con, not Dunger Con, not Owl Con. God, guys, put it in the doobly-doo down below if you remember. But anyway, Mickey drove, gave me a copy because he shipped a bunch of the books that he needed to run his game, other games by Polyhedral Knights. There's their logo. I think they have a pretty cool logo. And so for doing that, he gave me a free copy. So, and this right here is everything this is, but better, and no corporate greed. It's a cool system, easy mechanics. It's very in-depth. It's not super crunchy. It doesn't take itself uber serious. It is kind of a dark game, but you can play it humor. You can play any role play game you want the way you want, as long as you're having fun. So anyway, needless to say, I'm running this at that con in October. So that's why the book is out. There's pre-gens in here, but I think I want to make my own for a specific adventure. And so he sent me an NPC book, and I got it. I picked it up today when I got back from the cities. So that being said, this was in the mail waiting for me. And it's just a book of NPCs, and it's very similar to the Wasteland Sagas NPC book that he sent me a couple of months ago. So I haven't even had a chance. I barely flipped through this. So this is going to be helpful when I run Wicked Packs at the con. So that is really it. I've talked quite a bit. I've babbled for 40 minutes. That's just a quick update. I know updates have been few and far between. I apologize. My health has been kind of shitty, but I'm definitely on the mend. I'm feeling a lot better. I had a great time at the convention. I bought a thing of hand sanitizer at Target yesterday morning, and every time I basically took a bath in the shit. So, but I was tired of being sick, man, and I'm glad I feel good. But I have to cut this video short. I have to go and shovel my porch because we got pounded by snow. But anyway, I wanted to take the time out to, again, as always, say thank you for you being you, supporting the channel, sticking with me. All the support and the love. If you have the financial wherewithal, support me on Patreon, buy me a coffee. All the links will be down in the doobly-doo. As always, peace and hair grease. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And just have a great weekend. Summer's almost here, guys. Be well. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Guys, I made a little boo-boo, so I'm going to try to merge these two videos together. I wanted to give a shout out to all the vendors in the dealer's room at Con of the North that I had the pleasure of either buying small little things, or I bought my wife a set of earrings. I bought that lanyard. What else did I buy? I think that's really it. I didn't buy... Oh, I bought a big neon green die. I sure did. Yeah, let me... I couldn't resist. It was my show colors, so I had to buy it. I was obligated by stress and whatever, but it's neon green. The camera doesn't really do it, but it's a decent size. It's about the same size as my Paizo. You know, it's a Paizo D20 I bought years ago, and I think, yeah. Oh, I didn't bring the other one. But anyway, so I bought this. And I wanted to give a shout out to these guys because everyone in the dealer's room was super cool, super nice. You know, as a running joke, Minnesota nice. If you've never been to Minnesota, everyone will tell you, oh, it's Minnesota nice. So I talked about the neurodivergent autism group, or M neurodivergent. So MN neurodivergent. So hold that up to the camera. I'm going to do this real quick so you guys can pause the video and take a snap of that. If you're neurodivergent and you want to, they're an organization that's trying to get started up here in the Twin Cities, and they're trying to get a chapter in Duluth. So anyway, I bought that pin, the little heart pin, which I've already lost it. It's right here. So maybe I could show it a little bit better. It was a donation, and so I gave a donation and I bought that. So the light, I'm sorry, is coming in from my window behind me. So anyway, so wanted to give a shout out to them. Pause the video, take a snap of that QR code. I think this is where, in fact, this is where I bought the lanyard. Lady B Nerdy, super cool. She was very nice. I believe that's where I bought the lanyard. The neon green lanyard. She was making a lot of cool stuff. So I think she has an Etsy store. She's on Facebook, Etsy, yeah. So gmail.com. Super cool, very nice, very polite. I enjoyed chatting with her, so that was fun. Another lady, Maria Gilman, she was a sweetheart. And she makes cat and dog toys, and they have little squeakies in them, but she makes them in the shape of dice. And she had a D4, a D6, a D8, a D10, a D20, a D12. She had a full set of dice, and they all had squeakies, or they had crinkles in them for the cats and stuff. Catnip. Well, obviously, my son being neurotypical and autistic, he loves dice. He loves big plushy things. And of course, I'm a nerd. So two great tastes that taste great together. Big soft D. And again, I'm going to hold that up there. You guys can pause it and get all the information off of it. Go support her if you have dogs or cats and they love to play with squeaky toys or catnip or whatever. I bought a D20, a purple D20, because purple's my favorite color, and Norby likes purple too, and he always likes dice and stuff like that. So I got him. It's about the size of a softball. It's made out of more like canvas material, so it's going to be a little tougher. Because like the big D20 I bought him from a local store here in town, it's split and we had to throw it away because all the stuffing was coming out. So anyway, baby's first dice, plush dice, singles or sets, catnip dice, dice shaped dice bag, and shoulder bags, and custom orders. So again, give her a check. I'm gonna try to get this blazing glare. I can't. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Anyway, give her a check. Minis monthly, and again, I'm gonna put that up there so you guys can, if you don't have a 3D printer, but you want 3D based miniatures, hopefully that comes out okay. Minis monthly, printing high quality minis at an affordable price, and I will say their prices were good. They had, and I thought this was cool, they have a print farm and they do FDM and resin printing, and they had a whole bunch of miniatures. It appeared to be a husband and wife team, super nice people. And they made miniature grab bags, little boxes, right? They had cardboard boxes, and they put a bunch of miniatures in them, and it was like $7 for 3 miniatures, and the price went up according to what was in the boxes, but on average you got 3 miniatures for $7. That's a steal. Now they're unpainted, they're resin printed. And there was a young man there that was buying some miniatures for his son, and so he took one of the grab bags and he got 3 goblins, and they were cool looking goblins. They don't paint, they don't do STLs, so not much use to me because I have my own 3D printer. So why would I buy somebody else's 3D printed miniatures? I don't. I make my own, or I print my own. So I have a halo effect, guys. So I'm Jesus. I'm not. But anyway, Minis monthly. Check them out if you don't have a 3D printer but you want cool STL, printed miniatures that look cool. Check them out. Really cool company. Very nice people. These guys, this is where I got the neon green dice, Orbs of Destiny. That's where I got that. The Lady Be Nerdy is where I bought my wife's D20 little red earrings, which she already has, so I can't show them to you. Anyway, Orbs of Destiny it's her and her husband. She was super funny. He was such a laid back dude. It was hilarious because he's like, she's just here. She gets to flirt with everybody, and I just package stuff. I'm the shipping and handling monkey. So he was pretty funny. He was laid back dude. I liked his attitude. Kristen Tyler, she makes her own dice. They're beautiful, and she had that big green D20 that I showed you at the beginning. So I had to buy it. It was $30, a little steep for a single die, but it was handmade, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it Saturday in my game. Guarantee it's going to see use. So very cool. Go check them out. Oh wait, I should maybe put the card up there. And again, pause the video and get all the information you need off of it there. There you go. So, and it says on the back, it says hoard all the shinies. You are helping me learn new and exciting techniques to further the shop's success. I sincerely hope these dice help forge your epic destiny. With appreciation, Dice Goblin Kristen. Dice Goblin. That's pretty awesome. So she has an Etsy store, Facebook, and she's on Instagram. So anyway, Orbs of Destiny, super cool. Go check them out. I'm sorry about the glare there. There's not a whole lot I can do, but these ladies, they were friends, I think. Taco Collective. They make all kinds of purses, fanny packs, plushy type, bags. And they had like Star Wars ones. They had some like faux leather. If the bag would have been slightly bigger, I would have bought it. Now, the prices were a little steep, It was $140 for like a little backpack type deal. And I know my wife wants one. But it was too small. It wouldn't fit our laptop in it. So I wasn't going to spend $140 for a bag that wouldn't fit. So, but Tako, Tako, which of course is Japanese for octopus, and they both had tattoos of octopuses, different types of tattoos, but they both are into octopus. And I think they're just friends. It's pretty cool. I think they both have kids. And they were just, it's their little business that my hair is crazy, guys. I apologize. But anyway, go check them out. Show them some love. Tell them Mr. Mean sent you. I talked to them for a while. They were super nice. Oh, there's nothing on the back. Show you a white card. I'm a dork. But I'm trying to get it without the glare, and it's really hard. There you go. Put it like that. So anyway, pause the video and get it. So yeah, I spent a good 20 minutes talking with them. They were lovely people. And if they'd have had a laptop bag that was slightly bigger, I would have bought it. I just spent the $140 for my wife. Because it would have been a cool Star Wars bag, and I know she likes Star Wars. She would have used it. I know she would have. This guy, I had to get his card. He has a Twitch channel. I don't do Twitch. It's not that I can't. I don't care. I do YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, I'm not gonna go on Twitch and watch. I'm just not. But he does painting. He's a phenomenal painter. His name is Tom Nelson. He's in the Twin Cities. He does commission painting. His art is amazing. And like an idiot, I didn't take any pictures of all of his art there. I should have. But anyway, here's all his socials, all his contact information. You can pause the video and you can get some pictures of it. So Tom Nelson, amazing guy. There's a squeaking noise. Anyway, I don't know what that noise is, unless there's a squirrel or something outside my window, which I wouldn't put it because it's very sunny day. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to try to merge the two videos together with iMovie. Hopefully it won't be horrible. Sorry for the confusion and the glare. Hopefully it's not too bad on your screen. Turn off the thing and just listen to me babble. Anyway, super cool stuff. I wanted to give a shout out to all those people at the con because they were super nice and they spent their time talking to me, which they didn't have to do. So, but of course they want to sell stuff, so they'll talk to you. So anyway, a lot of fun. Thank you so much. As always, peace and hair grease. Remember, be nice, support the channel, go visit those vendors, show them some love, tell them Mr. Mean sent you, and as always, be nice. Take care, guys.